When it comes to digital data, nothing truly disappears. Ever. Imagine this scenario. You delete your photos from your phone, clear the trash, and feel the sweet relief that they're out of your life. But here's the thing. Those photos, they don't just vanish into thin air. Oh no. They head somewhere far more unsettling. They don't go to some digital purgatory. They don't float in some cloud that's too high up for us to see. No. They go to a place even scarier, a secret server hidden deep within the folds of the digital world, a place where files are never really deleted. They're just buried. And what happens when those photos are buried? Do they just wait quietly, hidden from view, waiting for you to forget? Or is there more to it? Let's take a deeper look. These deleted files are actually far from being erased. You see, when you delete a photo or a file, your phone doesn't actually get rid of the data. It simply marks the space it occupies as available for new data. It's like putting a reserved sign on your seat at a crowded restaurant. Only the seat remains occupied. No one can see it, but it's still there, waiting to be rediscovered. The real question is, who's watching? Who's taking these discarded files and keeping them locked away, just in case they need to be accessed in the future? You might think that these photos are just floating in some invisible abyss, but there's a much darker theory. What if these images, these fleeting moments of our lives, are being cataloged and stored in places we can't even imagine? Now, think about the photos you've taken, the selfies, the vacations, the family moments. You delete them thinking they're gone, erased, buried in your digital graveyard. But somewhere, someone is keeping a record. They might be stored in a database you'll never have access to, perhaps monitored by corporations, governments, or some shadowy organization that holds more power than we realize. They don't care about your photos. They care about the data you don't even know you're giving them. And then there's the cloud. The cloud, that comforting and mysterious place where we store everything we don't want to think about. It seems safe, right? A floating, invisible vault in the sky. But the truth is, the cloud is just someone else's hard drive, and it's not as secure as they'd like you to believe. The cloud isn't just a backup for your memories, it's a storage unit for everything you've ever uploaded or shared. So, when you think you've deleted your photos, what happens if they're still there, quietly waiting in the dark corners of the internet? Maybe they're not even as safe as you think. Maybe they're sitting in some shadow server ready to be unearthed at any moment. And what about all the personal data we give away? The apps that track our movements, the photos that are automatically uploaded to cloud servers, the information we willingly hand over every day. The digital footprint we leave behind is far bigger than we realize. And once it's out there forever, no matter how many times you clear your trash. So, what's the solution? Is there even a solution? Can we ever really delete anything from our phones, from our lives? What if our deleted photos are just waiting for the day they'll be retrieved, studied, and analyzed? Or even worse, used against us? Here's the most terrifying part. What if, one day, your deleted photos, long buried and forgotten, are brought back to life? What if the very moment you thought was gone forever comes rushing back, like a ghost from the digital beyond? As the story unfolds, we begin to realize something unsettling. You think your deleted photos are safely forgotten, tucked away in the digital shadows, but in reality, they're being collected. All those seemingly meaningless selfies, random pictures of food, vacations, and moments that were once precious now belong to something much bigger than you. They belong to an invisible system that keeps track of everything. A system designed to learn, to predict, and eventually to control. You're not just a user, you're data. And your photos, your interactions, and even the moments you thought you'd erased, they're being stored for a purpose far more sinister than you realize. As the data piles up, we start to notice a strange pattern. Certain files, photos, and memories keep resurfacing. It's as if the system is trying to get a better understanding of who we are. The algorithm starts guessing your next move before you even make it. The more you share, the more it learns. It gets to know you better than your closest friends ever could. And when you think you've deleted that embarrassing photo of you at the party, think again. It's still there, quietly waiting, just a few clicks. The creepiest part? These photos are not just sitting idly in some forgotten vault. They are actively being monitored, analyzed, and cross-referenced. The algorithms running these systems are constantly learning from them, refining their understanding of who you are and what you do. They track every pattern in your life, from the moments you choose to capture to the ones you wish would stay hidden. Imagine for a moment that every time you delete something, the system takes a mental note. It doesn't just erase the data, it keeps a small fragment, a signature, a fingerprint of your memory. It waits until the moment is right to use it. Maybe it's a marketing campaign targeted specifically at you. Maybe it's a prediction about the choices you'll make next. Or maybe, just maybe, it's part of a bigger scheme you're not even aware of. And the scariest part, you're not alone in this. It's not just your data being harvested. Everyone's is. Every photo you've ever taken, every message you've ever sent, every action you've ever made online, each and every one of these digital footprints is being stored. Every deleted photo you think is gone is just part of an enormous, untraceable web of data, silently collecting your life story one image at a time. Now imagine this. What if all of this is happening without your knowledge? What if the system is making decisions for you, decisions you think are your own? Have you ever wondered why you can't stop scrolling through your phone? Why those advertisements seem to know exactly what you need to buy next? Why the app knows when you're near a store and sends you a coupon for that item you were just looking at? It's not just coincidence. It's the result of all those photos, those moments, those clicks you felt were harmless. They've been processed, cross-referenced, and put into action. Your life, your choices are being manipulated by an invisible hand, and it's all because of those deleted photos. But it doesn't stop there. The real horror is the long-term implications. As technology advances, the ability to collect, store, and manipulate data grows exponentially. The more we rely on our phones, our apps, our devices, the more we give away without even realizing it. We're handing over our most personal details, our most intimate moments, to systems that are designed to control, predict, and influence us. What if one day you can no longer trust what you see on your phone? What if the images that were once yours, the photos you took to remember your best moments, are no longer part of your personal history? What if they become part of someone else's narrative? Here's the ultimate fear. What if you wake up one day and find out that your photos, those things you thought you erased, have been used against you? What if they've been sold, exploited, or even twisted into something you never intended? The question becomes, how much control do we really have over our own lives in this digital age? Are we just puppets on strings with our every move predicted and guided by algorithms? And more importantly, what happens when the photos we delete aren't just data? They're weapons. If there's one thing that's certain, it's this. You'll never look at the delete button the same way again. Because in the world we live in now, deleting isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something much darker, something much more powerful. And one day, when you least expect it, those photos, those memories may come back to haunt you. They'll be waiting in the shadows, locked away in a place where they can never truly be deleted. Waiting for the moment when you least expect it, ready to resurface and remind you that nothing on the internet is ever really gone. In the end, the real question is, how much of your life do you want to give away? And when is it too late to reclaim your privacy, your memories, your identity? Because once something is out there, it never really disappears. Not really. It just waits and waits until the time is right. At the end of the day, we live in a world where data is the most valuable currency. Every moment we share, every photo we take, every click we make leaves behind a trace. You can delete, you can clear your trash, but the truth is, nothing is truly gone in the digital age. The digital footprints we leave are silently harvested and used in ways we can't even begin to comprehend. These photos, these seemingly insignificant moments, are being stored, analyzed, and manipulated to influence our decisions. Our privacy, it's an illusion. Our data, it's everywhere, even when we think it's gone. And as long as we continue to rely on these digital systems, our lives will remain open books, pages being read by forces far beyond our control. So next time you hit delete, remember, it's not over. It never is.